This is one of the largest and certainly most well-composed knives to ever come out of the Screaming Goat Forge. The overall length is 13 inches and it has an 8-inch blade. This one specifically was heat treated by hand. I used the forge to heat it, used a magnet to test to see if it was to temperature. It was heated to approximately 1450 degrees Fahrenheit and quenched in used motor oil, which is a slower quenchant, making it a more resilient blade. Not quite as hard as it could be, but being that this is an L6 blade, an oil quench is preferable over a water quench because a water quench puts a lot of stress on the blade. As I've said, the blade material is L6. It was recovered from an old masonry saw blade that was about 24 inches in diameter, and I cut this out with an angle grinder. The bolster material is actually an old countertop that we had that was made from cultured marble, which basically is marble dust held together in an epoxy matrix. The handle material is recovered cherry hardwood flooring. The pins are brass 1/8 inch rod that I picked up at Home Depot. And the shape is mostly reminiscent of a fighting knife, although it does lack some of the elements which are most common in fighting knives, most notably the clip point and the guard. There is no guard. It has a bolster that goes straight from the blade to the handle, so there's nothing to really protect your hands, but it could still be effective as a fighting knife simply because of the size of the blade and the rate at which the blade drops into the handle. There's a big step there, and also the back of the blade has a piece that would fairly effectively protect the hand. The reason for this shape is the inspiration from which it was drawn. The inspiration for this was drawn from the video game Skyrim, and the shape is based on the Elven Daggers with some refinements and the loss of a lot of details. There were a lot of things about the original design from Skyrim that made it very impractical. Notably, it had a lot of protrusions on the blade as well as a very thin handle, and I don't have the setup that I would need to create a handle or a blade as intricate as what is shown. I'm going to finish up the video with a quick look at some cutting tests that I've done.